Welcome all. Today our topic is matrix. How to create a matrix in C, how to insert values into a matrix, how to display the contents of a matrix, that thing. What is a matrix? You might be knowing this thing, that matrix is uh, a 2D array. It is a two-dimensional array. This is one dimension and this is the second. So if I say that this array has a name, this 2D array has a name A, then in C, the first element of the array will be called A00, and it will be represented by this thing like this, A, then these long brackets. So 00 means the first element of the matrix. In C, it starts from 0, that is why the first element is called 00. Since this is a row of a matrix, this is the column. So this is actually a 4 cross 3 matrix, which means that it has 4 columns and it has 3 rows. These 3 rows and these are 4 columns in it. This first thing represents the column number, represents the row number. So since this is row number 0, so all the values here will be, this row number is 0 here, here this is 0, and here this is 0. And regarding column, this is the column number here. So this is column number 0, this is column number 1, this is column number 2. In the same way, this is row number 1, but column number 0, row number 1, column number 1, and so on. And the last one will be row number 3, column number 2, which will be the 12th element of this matrix. These 0, 0, 0, 1, these are indices. When we write a C program, we will do one thing. We will keep I for this row and J for column. So whenever we will write a I there, it will imply that it is the index, the variable for row, and J is for column. And when we change the row, when we go this way from left to right, row remains the same up to 3. Row here is 0, here is 0, here is 0, but the column changes. Then after 3 entries, the row changes from 0 to 1, and then again the column changes 3 times. Then the row index changes, then the column index changes 3 times, row index changes, then column index changes 3 times. This way we can do the coding of this matrix in C. Let us start writing the code. Our target is that we have to create a matrix, store elements, or first We will take a simple example. So we'll store integers in it and then display the same. Let us start writing the code. Let us first of all declare a 2D array which will represent the contents of a matrix. So to create, since we want to store integers, we will write int. The data type is int. Let us call that array as a, and if it were a 1D array, we would have written, for example, 3 here, and this would have meant that we have created a 1D array of size 3. Now we have to create a 2D array, then we will write like this. So in this way, we can create a matrix, a 2D array, which can store, which has 4 rows and 3 columns. So this is the way how we declare this matrix. Now there are two ways to insert values into this matrix. Either we put the values directly into it inside the code, or we leave it to the user that he inputs the values. If we want to directly input value into this matrix, we can directly write an is equivalent to here. Then we can go and start a curly bracket here and then put the values. So for example, I have to put the first values of the first row. Let me say it is 3, 2, 5. Or maybe for simplification purposes, I write as simple values 1, 2, and 3. So since the column size is 3, we can put only 3 values in a column. Then I can start it like this. Then I can say 4, 5, 6. Is the second row. Then 7, 8, 9 is the third row. And then we can write the last row. 10, 11, 12 is the last row. And we are done. So we have 4 rows and each row has 3 elements. This is one way of creating this matrix, inserting value into this matrix. There is another way also, that is we can directly write here. If we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this way is also workable. The compiler will automatically assign, will automatically order them. So first 3 elements will be the first row, next 3 will be the second row, then the third row, and then the last elements will be the fourth row. Last three elements 10, 11 and 12 will be the fourth row. So this way was also acceptable. Now that we have these elements, and if you don't have know the elements, you can take it from user using simple scanf. So through scanf we can take the elements from the user. So let us discuss a third way also. So if I don't know these values, no issues, I will ask the user, enter the numbers, enter the values of the 4 cross 3 matrix. Then we can scan f the values. So this is percentage d, comma. We have to store those values in A, which is the 2D array, the matrix. And since there are many elements in A, in total there are 12 entries in A, 4 rows and 3 columns. So we should write, first we should take the value of A00. So this A00 here means that it refers to the 2D matrix A. In that matrix, the 0th row and the 0th column, which means the first entry. So when we will enter some value from the keyboard, it will go to the first position. Then we can write the second line as, the next line as scanf percentage d A01, then scanf percentage d A02, and so on 12 times. But it is better to use, in such cases, use a loop, because we have to do iterations. So it is better that we use a loop. So let us take a, since there are two things, we have row and we have column. So to control the row, we need one loop. To control the column, we need the second loop. If we are entering the value line by line, row by row, the outer loop will be the loop for row, and the inner loop will be the loop for column. So this is the row loop. So let us say it is, we started from I. It will go from 0 to, since the size of this matrix, the number of rows in this matrix is 4, we can take it to 4 I plus plus. So this loop will control the rows. It runs from 0 up to 4. Sorry, this should run up to 3 only, because 4 elements means 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So one way of writing will be this, or we may write I less than 4 also. So this loop will run from 0 up to 3, which means 4 values, that is the 4 rows. Now let us write another loop. Let us use J here. This loop is meant for controlling the columns. So how many columns we have? In total we have 3 columns. So it will run up to 2. From 0 to 2 means 0, 1, 2, 3 entries. That means this loop will run 3 times. And the why we are running it 3 times? Because the number of columns in this matrix is 3. Now this is a proper code. Now we will do this scanning here, and instead of writing 0 and 0, we will change it to the particular variables I and j. So now these few lines are there for taking values from the user. Which values? The values of a matrix. The size of the matrix is 4 cross 3. We can also write here row wise, that when you enter the values, you enter them row wise. First enter the first row, then the second row, then the third row, likewise. If we take the value column wise, then this should reverse. The inner loop should control the row and the outer should control the column. In that case, here we will write 2 and here we will write 3. Or we may just swap these two lines, these two values, 3 and 2. Now we have entered the matrix. Now let us display the same. So let us display the contents of this matrix. So how to display? We know very well, for displaying something we need printf. We will write printf %d. What we have to display? We have to display a. A is the name of matrix, but we have to display all the elements of a. So we will again write that I and j. So we have to print all the values, all the 12 values. So to control now I and j, again we use the same loops which we wrote above. So we can just copy paste the same thing. So the code will be exactly, the logic will be the same. So by these lines, we will be able to print the value. The outer loop will control row, this will control the column. We can easily see that when this loop starts to run, what will happen? The first value of I will be 0 and the first value of j will also be 0. So that means A00, the first element will be printed. Next time, this inner loop will convert the value of j to 1. So it will become A01. Next, is the screen visible to all? We had disconnected for some time. Is the screen visible to all? Just message me. Okay. Then the value of j will become 3 and this condition will fail. So the loop, this loop will exit and then this loop will execute, and that time this will become 1 because of I plus plus. So I will become 1 again. We will come here, then this will become 1, and this loop will move 3 times and iterate 3 times, and it will be A10, A11, A12. Then this loop will exit and the process will continue until all the elements get printed. We have used I and j. Let us declare them here, I and j, and let us uh, compile this program. We should save it, and we can save it by the name matrix. Compile it. So here we have used double this. Now this is okay, huh? Let us run it. So enter the values of the 4 cross 3 matrix. So let us put simpler values. For example, 1, 2, 3. Okay, some issues. Let us sort that out. Okay, we forgot to write this ampersand here. This ampersand, because we are scanning things. Let us compile and run this program again. Now let us put the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we can see that all these values got stored in the matrix, and then these values were displayed. But we have to make it more user friendly and understandable. So we will do some formatting to get it into shape, these values, and we should display them in the same way as we see them in a matrix. We draw them in a matrix. So for uh, formatting purposes, first of all, between values we should put space, and then after every row we need to put a backslash n. This backslash n will cause the cursor to go to the next line. So this way we can distinguish between all the elements of the matrix. And let us again compile and run this program. Again put the values. So now this is a proper way of displaying a matrix. This is a 4 cross 3 matrix, and we can say things are as we wanted them to be.